Good morning, this is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Friday, the 21st of February. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take somewhat of doing, learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right. Okay, we had a attempted breakdown on this double top yesterday, and we have broken back up. I think this is probably either rejecting up to the high, or we are doing an ABC bull flag. My feeling is probably rejecting back up to the high, and we'll probably see a retest of this high here next. Looking at NQ, we did make the full sell signals targets on ES and NQ though. NQ, interestingly, has made a 3-touch support trend line now, which is interesting. And we came back and tested the weekly pivot. Obviously, tested pretty much the weekly pivot on ES as well. RTY, back tested a little. YM actually broke down a little. So we're back below the daily middle band here. This is a sign of weakness. We've got significant weakness both on RTY and YM. Not looking that definitive, but promising for seeing more of a decline next week, I think. DAX and STX, we've got possible head and shoulders breaking down slightly here. It's not great. And ESTX, again, possibly forming a head and shoulders. All right, let's have a look at the bigger picture charts on those. Right, ES came back and back tested the daily middle band. So that, well, a breakdown and close down below it would have been bearish. Obviously, a back test was not particularly bearish. Looking at the Qs, we broke down a little, but not a great deal. We still got all the nice looking top and patterns in place. Dia broke below the daily middle band, and because the bands are so compressed at the moment, actually came down and tested the daily lower band, actually the 3SD lower band. But that's just an expression of how very compressed the markets are at the moment. Looking at the, but that is a sign of weakness in terms of the breaking back below the daily middle band, which had been weakening for days. In terms of the hourly charts, the current divergence, probably going to see a retest of this high on that little rejection. We will see how that goes. We've got bearish stats today. We've got bearish stats on Monday. We've got bearish stats on Friday next week, and the lean for basically the whole week, the whole of next week is bearish, so we shall see. All right, but not an awful lot to see from a technical point of view here. Qs leaning towards probably seeing a retest of the high there too, and on Dia, we had this little possible triangle forming here. I was only sketching it in, really. This could be an alternative, but this could still be a bull flag forming, but it's not well formed. So there's nothing really to point to specifically in terms of a pattern. IWM, we went down and tested the daily lower band, and we are seeing a bit of weakness here, but we will see. There's not really an awful lot to hang your hat on any of these. DAX obviously still retracing a bit, and Nikkei went to the daily lower band yesterday. All right, great. Let's have a look at DX. Okay, DX, we've broken down slightly below this trend line here, and could be a bullish underthrow. That's the obvious read, and that's what I would like it to be. It needs to get back over the weekly pivot at 107.15. That will get it over this declining resistance. And if that's the case, then I'd be leaning towards seeing a retest of the this high here at 110. ZB not rejecting back into the lows yet. Keeping an open mind on this, I'm still wondering if we might retest this high to make the second high of a double top. The overall lean, I think, is to go down and for yields to go up. CL has broken up from this double bottom, not really showing much in the way of conviction to go higher at the moment, but we've got an open target back up at the monthly pivot at 73.59, and that would break us up from a second double bottom with a target in the 76.50 area. On NG, we saw a bit of a retracement here. The 60-minute sell signal hasn't quite reached the possible near miss target. I'm thinking we may well be forming a bull flag. Next obvious target would get down to about 3.95. GC, nice looking double top. SI, not really obviously showing anything. And HG, the head and shoulders has formed. It's not ideal quality really, but this has broken down. And we're seeing whether or not it's going to follow through on that. If the Head and Shoulders is going to fail, we need to get a move up over 4.64 would do it. If we're going to break down, and this is supported by daily RSI 5 and RSI 14 sell signals, then I'd be looking really for a test of the monthly pivot here at 4.24. Okay, not a lot to see on the currencies really. So KC, this looks like it's forming a bull flag, setting up a retest of this high. SB, we are moving up towards the IHS target in the 20.26 area. I just want to show you on something on KC, by the way. So bear with me a moment. This is the long-term coffee chart on the monthly. Obviously, you can see we are way up here. I'm not expecting this to hold that long. Coffee's got to be pretty close to a high. On the other hand, not seeing a lot in the way of negative divergence. All right, great. Let's have a look at so coffee. If we see a decent sign of a top here, we could see a hell of a short. SB looking for the 20.26. CC still in this little long bullish consolidation, likely to end up in a retest of this high here, but when is open to question. ZW seeing a retracement, made pretty much the IHS target. Corn lost the nice looking double top here, so this doesn't really look much like a topping pattern. 60-minute sell signals reached the possible near miss target. On soy, we've got a nice looking double top which has broken down and looks like a bear flag forming, so may well continue down. And if so, I would have a target area around, well, basically 983 to 987. On cotton, the very nice flag channel has broken down, and I'm expecting to see a retest of this low here in the 66.25 area, and I would very much be leaning towards that being the second lower double bottom. Lumber continuing a little higher here. Again, I've been looking at the longer term charts here, but I haven't got much to say about that today. I'll have more to say about that on the bigger picture at the weekend. On live cattle, this still looks like a bull flag, which is trying to break up. And on lean hogs, we're down below the monthly pivot here. No current positive diversions. Okay, right, on ES. Yesterday, we saw a failed breakdown. I'm leaning towards seeing a retest of the high. We've got bearish looking stats today, Monday, and next Friday, and basically a bearish lean for the whole of next week. I'm still leaning towards seeing some more downside. Not sure how much, and we may well need a retest of this high here first. Okay, no questions today, so I think that's a wrap. I'll catch you guys again on Monday, and bigger picture if you're going to watch that on Sunday. And everyone have a wonderful weekend. All right, take care.